Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And before we start this story time, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications if you want some more story times. But today's story time is going to be it's gonna be a pretty crazy one. So this story time takes place back when I was 7, and I'll tell you about the time where I got robbed for my iPhone, my broken iPhone at that. So I had this friend, right? We're gonna call this friend Mark. So Mark basically had an older brother, and we'll call his older brother Philip. And him and his older brother were very close. Like he was one of those little brothers where like anything his older brother did, he wanted to do. And his older brother, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't really too much of a good influence. He would like rob people a lot and everything. And so like Mark would always like want to rob somebody, but his brother would tell him like not to do it and everything. So I guess this one day things changed. So I remember this one day I basically got like a text message from like basically I got a text message from Mark, and he was like, "Hey, like you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Sure." He was like, "Okay, well like come to my come to my brother's house." His brother lived in Germantown. So like I was like, "Okay, like how am I supposed to get there?" And he was like, "Oh, like ask someone for a ride or something. If not, like my brother can pick you up." So I was like, "Okay." So I basically like asked my brother could he drive me, but he had work. So basically I was just like, "Okay, well, can your brother pick me up?" And he was like, "All right, my brother will be there in like 20 minutes." So I was like, "Okay." So I get in his brother's car, and like I noticed that like his brother had brought his friends with him too. So I didn't really think too much of it, cause a lot of people like I don't know, I don't know what it is, but like a lot of people who like are like in that type of lifestyle, they hang out with a whole lot of like people every day. So I was just like, okay, like these are probably his friends, his boys. These are what like he does stuff with these people and everything like that. So we pull up to the house, and I noticed that like Mark's mom's car wasn't in the driveway. So like, cause usually she would never let anyone come over her house unless she was there. But now she wasn't. So I was like, I don't know if like they're sneaking me in, or like she was just okay with it, and maybe like she has more like trust in them. I guess you could say. I don't know. So yeah. So we basically we basically like start playing video games. Like do things that 7-year-olds normally do. So like play video games and be just be seventh graders, I guess you could say. Well, not seventh graders, but 7-year-olds. So you know, as we're hanging out or whatever, like Mark had asked me about my iPhone. Now this iPhone, it was broken, but like I used to always flex it because like all the other kids had like Androids and stuff. So I just had a broken iPhone that could play games, and like I had Snapchat and stuff on there. So like it was a pretty lit iPhone. So basically, um, he was like, "Hey, like you should let me see it," and I was like, "Okay." So not thinking too much of it, and plus I was like, I think I was playing like Subway Surfer or something. I like gave him my iPhone or whatever. And like I remember like as I gave it to him, like he started he basically got off a Subway Surfer and cut it off and like put it in his pocket. And I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And like he was like, "Jason, leave." And I was like, "What? Like why?" He was like, "Jason, I can hear my mom like in the driveway or whatever." So I was like, "Oh, you guys snuck me in." And he was like, "Yeah, Jason, you gotta go, you gotta go." So I was like, "How am I supposed to get home? Like your brother drove me here." He was like, "You can get my brother's car, he'll drive you back home." And I was like, "All right, well, like let me get my phone." And he was like, "Jason, I'll just give it to you at school." Now, Mark, Mark was one of those people where like if you gave him something, he wasn't gonna give it back. I could tell because every time he needed a pencil, I would always give it to him, and then he'd never give my pencil back. Like either he wouldn't give the pencil back, or like he'd give me another pencil that he borrowed from somebody else. he just was one of those people where like he'd constantly forget. So I was like, nah, like give me my phone, like give me my phone. And he was like, Jason, leave. So I was like, I'm not leaving until you give me my phone. And like I tried to like reach in his pocket for my phone. He was like, bro, back up. So at this point, I'm like, hold on, something's not right here because like one, they made sure that like I had no other way to get back home, so like I couldn't really run anywhere. And two, all of his brothers are downstairs, and like he has my phone, and he's not giving it back. They're trying to take it, like they're robbing me. So once I came to that realization, I was like, hey, like give me my phone now. And he was like, no. And then he called his brother, and like when he called his brother, like basically him and his friends came upstairs, and he was like, Jason, you have to go. And I was like, I'll leave once I get my phone, cause like that's my phone. Like it was the reason I was getting all the girls and stuff. I had a broken iPhone, but everybody thought it was on, and like it was just lit and everything. So I was like, nah, like I need my phone. And then I remember his brother like gripped me up, and he was like, you're not getting that phone back. Now leave. And like when he said that, I was like, wait, like I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared because like his brother is like real tall and muscular, so like I was like, but like I still had to stay on my ground. I needed my phone, so I was like, no, like I'm not leaving until I get my phone. And then I remember like Mark was basically like, what are you gonna do for your phone? And I looked at him, and I remember like I was so mad when he said that. So I remember I just punched him in his face, like real quick, just punched him in his face. And then the next thing I know, like Philip, like Mark's brother Philip, and all of his friends all just start jumping me. Like they just start jumping me. So I'm getting beat up in like this small room, and I'm trying to like fight back, and they punching me on my face and stuff, and like just they just not letting up. Like they punching me on my face, they kicking me, like throwing me around and stuff, they messing up my clothes or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure they ripped up the shirt that I actually had on from like all the punches and trying to grab me and stuff. So eventually, like they start like dragging me downstairs while like kicking me and stuff. And at this point, I was like I can't fight all of these people, so I was just protecting my face while like they like kicked me and beat me up or whatever. And then they basically opened the door and they just threw me out on their porch. And I remember like I kicked their door like a couple of times before like the neighbors were like, "What are you doing? Like, stop it! I'm gonna call the police." So like I was like, "All right." And then I remember like I just like walked to like the corner store, and I had like a little like like welt on my head and like kind of scars. It really did look like I got like jumped. So I go there, and he was like, "Oh, like what happened to you?" And I was like, "I nothing." Cause you can't really tell them. They might tell the police and get them in trouble, and then you'll be labeled a snitch or whatever. So I was just like, "Can I borrow your phone so I can call my parents?" And he was like, "Sure." So I borrowed his phone. And I called my brother, and my brother had just got off work. And basically, I was like, "Hey, can you come pick me up?" Like, and he was like, "Okay." So I get in his car or whatever, and on the drive back, he's like explaining like basically I was explaining to him what happened, and he was like, "Wait, really? Like they really did that? Like that's like some fake stuff. Like that's real fake." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. Like, but like you know, like I think I need some time to heal, cause I did get beat up pretty badly." And he was like, "All right." Tell me when you're done healing, cause we're gonna do something to them, cause I'm not just about to let them do that to my little brother. I was like, okay. So, um, that would be another story time. But, well, yeah, that's gonna be another story time. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this story time, please make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to turn on post notifications. Um, if you guys couldn't tell, I have Modern Warfare, like Modern Warfare 2019 playing in the background. Um, Let me guys know if you want some Cold War Alpha gameplay. You know, I'll definitely have some Cold War Alpha gameplay if you guys want it. And yeah, tell me if you guys like this style of story instead of, actually seeing my face or whatever. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Make sure you guys, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!